Welcome to the Robotics Through Science Fiction podcast. I'm Robin Murphy, and in this episode, I'll review Short Circuit, the 1986 movie where Johnny Five, the robot, comes alive. The book, if not the movie, Ready Player One, made the 80s cool, so Short Circuit, possibly the best-loved robot movie of the 1980s, should be doubly cool, right? Well, maybe. But surprisingly, Short Circuit holds up well. If we dispense with the robot is hit by lightning and comes alive deus ex machina, Short Circuit actually touches on two relevant aspects of robotics: the physical design of the robot and the difficulty of giving instructions in a natural language. In case you've never seen Short Circuit, which is unlikely, or forgotten it, totally reasonable. It wasn't a life-changing science fiction classic like 2001: Space Odyssey. The plot goes something like this. The Nova Corporation, because naming companies and planets Nova is as ubiquitous in science fiction movies as Acme is in the Roadrunner cartoons. The Nova Corporation has produced a set of 5 weaponized, vaguely humanoid robot prototypes for the U.S. military. Note, this is 1986, and the movie is introducing the ethics of weaponized robots in a family film, not an ethical dilemma movie such as the 2015 Eye in the Sky. The recent furor from Elon Musk and Stephen Hawking is actually a little late in the game, unless they got the idea from watching Short Circuit. The robot creator, Steven Guttenberg, and his sidekick, Fisher Stevens, in a I am a white guy playing a brown guy ouch role, are less than thrilled about their creations being used for warmongering. After a successful demonstration of killing enemy tanks and test crash dummies, the robots are transported to reception, where they will join their lesser robot brethren who are serving generals drinks and canapés. However, robot number 5 is struck by lightning on the loading dock, comes alive, shouting, "Number 5 is alive." The newly alive number 5 is a tabula rasa and wants nothing more in life than to learn everything, chirping input, input with the same annoying frequency and shrillness as the Daleks crying out, "Exterminate, exterminate." A series of intended to be amusing escapades brings him to the adorable Ali Sheedy, who works all day to support her quasi-illegal animal rescue shelter. Before long, Ali Sheedy and Steve Guttenberg are well along their romance as they help number 5, who has renamed himself Johnny Five, escape the evil clutches of both the Nova Corporation's over-the-top chief of security and Ali's abusive ex-boyfriend. Along the way, Johnny Five and Ali dance to Saturday Night Fever. Given that Short Circuit was directed by John Badham, who also directed Saturday Night Fever, this could either be interpreted as self-promoting or as just being convenient to get permissions to use the footage. You will be shocked, no, you won't, to learn that the movie ends with Johnny Five cleverly escaping. You know, the above plot summary gives little, as in approximately zero, hope that there is anything resembling scientific verisimilitude in the movie. But there is. Short Circuit has robots that actually look like the way real robots do starting the 2000s, especially the Vecna Bear or Andros F6A. Johnny Five has tracks for legs, which is realistic. The eyes seem to be a stereo pair of cameras on a pan-tilt mount. The hands are beyond commercial robots. See my review of The Automatic Detective for more about manipulation. But it does use a 3-fingered hand, which is more than a vice jaw gripper, but less complicated than a fully anthropomorphic hand. And so again, it's a reasonable design compromise. The arm linkages and joints look like, well, linkages and joints. Even better, the opening title sequence takes us through the manufacturing process of the Saint robots, with parts being machined, circuit boards being populated with electronic components, and camera lenses screwed in. The equipment used in the manufacturing process is dated, but the steps are basically correct. Unexpectedly, the intro for Short Circuit is much more realistic than the title sequence in HBO Westworld. And even better, if you were hoping to see this with kids, there's no full frontal nudity. Short Circuit is somewhat correct in exploiting ambiguities in natural language to create various low comedy scenes. In his quest for knowledge, Johnny Five tries to follow cooking directions, and being a literal-minded robot, many funny things happen. Funny unless you're the one cleaning it up. See my review of Autonomous for a discussion on the challenges of natural language understanding. Those challenges apply here, but remember, Autonomous is definitely not a candidate for a PG movie adaptation. There's a set of questions that you can use as a study guide for your kids in the written review that I won't go through here. Overall, I recommend Short Circuit as a family movie. Gather up the kids and their friends, make a lot of popcorn, and enjoy.